Last week on the Daily Gun Show, we had a tactical quiz, and at least once a week we have the tactical quiz winner pick one of our Patreons or play along for one of our Patreons at home. And Cory was picked as the Patreon winner. Angelina from Owl and Anchor won the tactical quiz that day. She wasn't actually hosting the show, if I remember right. She came on after, though, and then picked the Everyday No Days Off Endo California patch, and then donated it to the winner, which is Cory, who's been a Patreon now for 9 months at $1 a month, and he's a patron of 6 other people over on Patreon, which is awesome. And that's what it's all about, is people participating in the creation of the kind of content they're interested in. So one of the ways that we say thanks again is with the tactical quiz to bring a Patreon on and send a bunch of stuff out to them. So this will all be sort of I'm going to put it in order that it's going to go into the padded envelope. We send everything in padded envelopes. This one will be tracked and insured, so I think this will all fit in there. We'll find out. So we've got an issue of Recoil magazine that we picked up when we visited the Brownells headquarters. I'm going to have to bring this up, I think. We visited the Brownells HQ, I guess, last year. We've got a Browning book here, the Browning Armor to the World. It's a photo book with all kinds of Brownings in it, almost as thick as a phone book. That was donated to the cause. We've got the guide to Tulsa, the big gun show last year, about a year old. Then we've got the guide to Whittington Center, the NRA's big center up in New Mexico, northern New Mexico. Then we'll go on to some of the brochure type stuff. And these represent some of the places that we visited on the Gun Show Loophole Tour. And we pick up brochures. Sometimes we purchase some things, and it's an effort to take the money that we're getting from Patreon and explore our Second Amendment out there, to pick it up out of the real world and put it up on the internet to share it with everybody and to archive it. So these pieces of paper represent the other way, taking those travels and putting them in an envelope and giving them to the people that support what we're doing. So we're trying to be creative and bring some of the stuff that we've found out there and give it back to some of the Patreons. So we've got a map from 2018 and 2019 of SHOT Show. Got some of the info from, this is probably from Second Amendment Foundation or the Citizens Committee, from the Gun Rights Policy Conference last year in Chicago. Got the brochure from the Bill's Gun Shop, which is a multi-state, pretty large shop and range that we visited in Minnesota and then again in North Dakota. Then we've got the brochure that talks about the different films that were made in Las Vegas, New Mexico, where the Red Dawn, of course, is filmed. We've got one from the Centennial Gun Club in Denver, really nice gun shop. That Brownells retail store where the Recoil magazine came from. Another brochure from Las Vegas, New Mexico. From the Whittington Center, their campground directory. And this is a brochure from the Clark County shooting complex just outside of Las Vegas, one of the nicest and easiest to get to large shooting complexes. Then we've got another one in Vegas, one of the rental places, the Las Vegas Shooting Center. In Oklahoma City, the 45th Infantry Museum, one of the nicest or one of the most interesting military firearms, small arms museums. They got a lot of static displays outside. Definitely worth the trip. It's right off the highway if you're ever on 40 or find yourself near Oklahoma City. It's worth checking out. Another firearms museum that you might not think about in Los Angeles is the Autry Museum. Lots of cowboy guns, movie guns, and a really big Colt collection. Really cool. Some more paperwork from the Gun Rights Policy Conference. I'm not sure if that one was from the one in Dallas or up in Chicago, but the date would tell you. That's from JPFO, Jews for the Preservation of Firearms Ownership. So now we've got a couple of things that we purchased. One of the goals of the tour is to leave money behind when we visit gun shops or museums. When we go to gun shows, we like to purchase things when we can. If possible, logo merchandise like their stickers or patches, because they're easy to ship and it leaves money to the store and helps get their word out. But otherwise, just interesting stuff that we find along the way. So I didn't really pay for that, but there's a little Target from Hops. But this we did buy at the Browning Museum just outside of Salt Lake City. And it's a postcard, but it's a cool postcard of an old image of the Browning Brothers factory. I keep saying this is the one, I guess it's right before they made the 1911. I got to go back and research, but they had 3 different factories in town there, and basically as he developed and got larger from the various inventions. And I think this is the one right before the 1911 actually. Anyway, really cool postcard. And again, that's a way, we don't leave a lot of money behind, but we leave $30 behind or something at the museum in addition to our admission fees. This is another thing that we got at a gun show. This was at SAR Show 2017, I think, when we were doing the gun show, gun shop loot. We had purchased a bunch of these old comics. Actually, yeah, this was at shop. This was either at SAR Show or Tulsa, actually, I can't remember. But we purchased that at a gun show. Guy had a whole bunch of these, so we bought a whole bunch of them off of him. Let's see, we're also going to throw in a deck of the Old West cards out of the Gear website store. I guess we'll move to business cards now. I'll try to pick up business cards as we visit the shops. So we got the Gun Channel's business card, and Every Second Matters. King's Guns is outside of Oklahoma City, kind of a cool shop where they use a deck of cards as their business card. So the back of the deck of cards is their business card, and then they have decks of cards there. They wouldn't let me buy any, they just gave me a couple of decks, so busted them open. We've got the card for Gunstreamer, Salt Lake City, Gallison's, also in Salt Lake City, BMC in Albuquerque. We've got Dragon Man in Colorado Springs, and AZ Guns here in Arizona. We'll move now to stickers. So we purchase stickers when possible and pick up stickers from various things, again, to represent the tours or places that we visited on the Gun Show Loophole Tour. This is actually a magazine I bought, came with those stickers, so I threw it in there. Got another one here, some miscellaneous products. Got the Daily Gun Show, where this all came from, the technical quiz on the Daily Gun Show. Got the Illinois State Rifle Association, Gallison's, a really cool sticker from that cool gun shop. Really cool gun shop. You might want to check out their Instagram. Wind River Outdoor Company in Lander, and again, another really cool Instagram feed into hunting and stuff that you do out in Wyoming. Arizona AZ Firearms, one of our favorite podcasts is Gun Freedom Radio, and that's their store. Then we've got the Planet Fitness, obligatory Planet Fitness sticker. That's our gym, where I'm trying to do the tour on the cheap. Allows me to save on hotel rooms between that and the van. And the Patreons keep the van, so definitely, although it's a free sticker, it applies to the tour. Got AZ Guns, that's their business card there. They have a pretty cool sticker with the AR sights. Capital Armory, always been a friend of the tour. Check out their Instagram, definitely very suppressor friendly. We've got a bumper sticker from a gun shop that's just between St. George, Utah and Las Vegas, guns and guitars, and pretty cool little shop there. I'd stopped to get something at a dollar store and found that shop, and that's what the tour is all about, finding shops along the way. We've got a sticker from the Big Sandy machine gun shoot. We just visited that just a couple weekends ago, and again, that's all possible thanks to the people on Patreon who make those kind of tours possible, put gas in the tank and keep the van. We've got a couple of the Alan Corwin's Gun Save Lives stickers, and because we want to encourage everyone to be aware that our voices matter. We are the new media, the new media press pass. Got the new Poco Ghibli sticker, which will be going out to all the Patreons at the sticker level and above this month. That's one of the new stickers. Another one of the new ones is the little marshmallow sticker. And then we're going to throw in Gun Website's logo, and one from the Gun Channel's anniversary last year. And then we'll throw in one of the Demerit Wear No Sharks. We've got a couple other patches as well. From the Gun Rights Policy Conference, we've got the Second Amendment Foundation's new logo from a really cool gun shop in Illinois, Gat Guns. shop, a surplus store in Minnesota, CC Military Surplus. We've got that Whittington Centers patch from the NRA, and this is a cool shop just outside the east gate of Yellowstone, with a whole bunch of millions of people go by. They have an experience for them. They have an interactive museum-like display to inform about the history of firearms. They've got firearms for rent, so you can rent firearms and shoot them there on their indoor range. And then they have a shooting gallery. They also have classes and competitions and an area for classrooms, a big area up front for receptions. Really cool place, friendly people, knowledgeable. And then we'll wrap it up with this KCI patch from the Big Sandy machine gun shoot just a few weeks ago. We mentioned that we missed getting some of their patches, and they sent a big stack of them, so we're going to be sending those out. So all this is going out to Cory. Again, this is what it's all about, the contribution, this hopefully small contribution from a lot of people accumulates and lets us do what we want to do full time, which is work for Second Amendment advocacy and encourage others to share their voices, to archive and accumulate our collective voices so that our Second Amendment culture and community is represented out there and grows and acts as outreach. Thanks again. We'll put all this into this padded envelope. This will go out to Cory, and then like I say, we have a couple of stickers going out, but every other month we send out some stickers and some patches to different Patreon levels out there. Let us know in the comments what you think, if you've got any ideas for future stuff like this, and as always, thanks for watching.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.